What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is the Sweet Life 813, where we talk about Uber Eats, gig work, and any other interesting topics that I want to bring to you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're updated and notified whenever I drop new content. So today I wanted to bring to you the Uber Eats new Top Shopper program. So I know a lot of people out there, a lot of drivers don't necessarily like to do shop and pay orders, grocery store orders. They don't really like to take the time to go into stores and shop for customers. But seems like Uber Eats is trying to give drivers a new incentive to take those orders and make extra money. So with the new Uber Eats Top Shopper program, you have, if you meet the criteria for the program, you become a top shopper. And by becoming a top shopper, you get exclusive access to the higher paying shopping orders. So that's going to help you make more money. Now, in order to get access, there's categories that you have to meet. So the first category that you have to meet is original products found, and that has to be greater than or equal to 92%. So that means that you need to try to limit the amount of replacement products that you submit to the customers. You need to be trying to find the original products, the items that they request that they want as much as possible. So basically it says make sure you ask employees if you don't see something. Make sure you're looking like all down the aisle and on the side of the aisle and things like that. Make sure you're doing your due diligence to try to find the original items that the customers requested, so that your percentage for original items found is 92% or higher. The second one is the amount of replacements accepted needs to be 60% or more. Meaning if you just can't find the original items, you've asked, you've looked around, you can't find the original items, so you give them a replacement, either something that they've chosen that you can replace it with, or you suggest a replacement for them. They have to accept that replacement at least 60% of the time, which I say for the most part that happens. I just hate when I submit a replacement and it takes the customer a long time to respond to say they approve it. I'll be sitting there just waiting for them to approve it and nothing's happening. I'll send them a message and they're still not responding, and then I'll call. And a lot of times when I call, they might answer and then finally do it. But I feel like if you order something, you need to be paying attention to your phone, making sure that that the driver found what you wanted, and make sure that if there's a replacement, you can communicate that. I know I do when I order something. I'm focused on the phone and making sure replacements are done if they need it. So that needs to be at least 60% or higher. The last goal is orders without issues needs to be 90% or higher, which that's kind of a given. I mean, mine is at 100% for that regardless. So I mean, I don't think I've ever had a shop and pay order that had any kind of significant issue or anything like that, but that needs to be at least 92% or higher. So in order to once you reach those three goals, then it opens you up to becoming a top shopper, and you get exclusive access to the higher paying shop and pay orders. Now I haven't quite reached that level yet. I have a 100% under the orders without issues. My replacement percentage is like 90 something percent, maybe like 96. But my original items found is at 83% right now, and it needs to get up to 92%. So I'm gonna keep working hard on that, trying to make sure I find every item and get up to 92%, so I can open up Top Shopper and let you guys know what the difference is if I do start seeing higher Shop Pay orders, I'll definitely give you guys an update and let you know how it worked out for me. Um, First, when I saw this a couple of days ago, it showed that my original items found was 79%, which I didn't even understand that because I feel like I find a lot of original orders right off the bat, but it was 79%. And then the next day, I think I did, or that same day, I did a couple Shop and Pay orders, and I noticed the next day it was still showing at 79%. But I did some yesterday, and I looked at it today a little bit before I did this video, and it finally updated and went up to 83%. So it's slowly but surely getting up there. It says that it updates daily with the new percentages, so I guess it'll take what you did the day before and then update it and show you the next day. So I don't know if this is nationwide or if this is just in my area or only in certain areas, but this is definitely something you should look out for and take advantage of it if you can. Anything to help get higher paying orders and make more money is a plus in my opinion. So look out for this and see if you have it in your area. If you've already come across this and you've already become a top shopper, let me know your experience in the comments below. Let me know if you see higher paying orders, if it's worth it, or if it's not worth it. Just let me know what your experiences are, and I'll respond to your comments, and just let me know if there's any other topics you want me to cover, anything you want to hear. I'm definitely going to be here, keep getting this content out to you, several times a week as much as I can, and as much as I see new things popping up. And I really want this channel to grow as much as possible, potentially get monetized and just see how far we can take this thing. So again, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That's all I have for you today, and I'll be back soon with some more content. See you guys later.